What is going on, everybody? Another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures, and in today's episode I'm going to show you how to, I'm going to install it, as I said, a little bit differently in the last video. Two-way aerial is going to get installed in the car. It's going to go in the passenger mirror. The kit's all rocked up from Vogue Industries and that kind of stuff, so I'm pretty much going to go through the details in this video of how to install it, and yeah, go through pretty much everything installing the kit. So pretty simple process from what I've been told. They didn't come with any instructions, which was a little bit annoying. I did contact Vogue and they said call this number, but they never picked up, left a message, never called me back. So I'm just going to wing it in this one and work out how it all goes together. I'm sure it can't be too hard. It's only 3 pieces. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first things first, you need to find a location for where you want to have the handset in the car. Now, I didn't really want to go drilling into my brand new dash, like keeping this thing looking fairly stock inside, because I just don't want cables and that kind of stuff going everywhere. So there's a little piece just down by the footwell. I'll just try to get on the video. Just down here. You can probably see it. Hopefully the video catches it. But I'm going to use this space down here, and I'm actually going to mount the handset onto the door card. Now you're probably thinking, Braden, every time you open the door, you know, your two-way and radio and that kind of stuff is going to go out with it. I've actually measured it. It actually works out perfectly. The cord doesn't get in the way of your feet. There's nothing dangling down, because I really do hate dangling down cords that, you know, around your feet and that kind of stuff. And it's only double-sided tape, so it can be removed and you know, moved somewhere else on a later track. But for now, as I said, I don't want to drill into anything until I find a really good location for it. And because there's so much wood grain and sections here that you know, can look a bit how you're going if you're going to, you know, put screws into it. I don't really want to touch any of that. And I didn't want it near underneath the starter button here, because I feel like I'm going to smash my knee on it all the time. So I figured this is the best spot for it for now. And as I said, it's not going to affect, you know, like getting in and out the door or anything like that. It doesn't get in the way of anything. So I think that's the best spot for now. I'll leave it there. As I said, double-sided tape, no dramas at all. So yeah, without further talking, let's get into this video, and then we'll go to, yeah, installing the new kit. So these are pieces that come with the kit. Pretty self-explanatory. This guy here is the spacer. So that actually goes in the bottom of the mirror, and then this guy here goes along the mirror. So essentially, it goes like this. Goes something like that, and then it sticks out, and then you've obviously got space here for your aerial. So I'll hook all that up and bolt it all up. As I said, don't actually need the the mirror off the car to do this piece. Pretty much just all bolts up. And as I said, there's some longer screws in the kit as well to obviously, you know, give the extension of this spacer and that kind of stuff on there. So, so yeah, next bit I'll just hook all this up and bolt it all up, and we should be good to go. Should be ready to mount up some aerial. So let's get into that. So this is where we should be up to. Pretty happy with the end result. Just got to do a bit of cable tying, that kind of stuff, just clean up the wiring, that kind of thing. The only thing I was a little bit concerned about is the wiring going through this section here, getting caught up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of conduit around that, just so it just can't get caught up on anything. But it's all ran through the engine bay. I did try to get a bit of a shot of it going through the engine bay, but it was just way too hard. It was too dark. but there is a grommet. So if you go on the passenger side, there's a grommet there you can get access to. It's like a little rubber hose. You can pull that out and go through there. So it's all hidden away, all nicely all through here. So that's all happy days, but pretty happy. That looks awesome. Nice and sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. Take a bit of a hit as well, so happy days. That should be on there for a long time, I reckon. So my little 2.1 dB aerial. Obviously you can put the bigger one on there if you want to as well, the 6 dB, but happy with the 2.1 dB for now. And I had a look in front, inside as well. There's not much issue with distracting me. So I've been in the blind side or anything like that. So let's finish off installing the two-way aerial inside the car and get it all working. Alright, here we are inside the car. You can see my cord, plenty of it. I can pretty much mount this anywhere in the car now. So what I was thinking of doing, because you get a bit of an extension cord for the Ethernet cable that goes to the back of this guy here, I was thinking about putting it underneath the center of the dash here. But what I want to do is, because I'll run a dedicated power wire for it from the battery, because the battery is on this side, so it's a nice short cable and I can get dedicated power for it on a fuse. Well, sorry, the Gme's got a fuse on the actual original cabling anyway. So what I might do is I might just mount it just behind here. There's a spot there that I can hide it up against and just do a few cable ties to bolt it up here. Again, not bolting into anything, but it should be nice and hidden away, and then I can just go straight from here to here to connect into my connector, and then I'm pretty much almost at the end of the install. So I'll run this wire through the back of the dash and get it all hooked up, and then yeah, we should be good to get the last bit done. But I'll just mount it here. Once I've done all that, we should be ready to rock and roll of turning it on and see what's going on with the world of a two-way. So yeah, we'll jump into running this cable all the way through the back of the dash and hooking her up. So let's do it. Right, here we are in the engine bay of the car. To give you an idea, running the cable through and that kind of thing, I've just taken some photos of it because it's really hard to get video of like cables going through firewalls and stuff. But you can access it through just on the driver's side throttle. There's a section where you can come through, and then it comes out pretty much. There's a grommet here where it comes out, and you can get all your cabling and that kind of stuff through, which is all nice and easy. I'll obviously get some conduit and put it over this, so that's all nice and neat and tidy. I just don't like the red and black wires going everywhere, and make it look a little bit, more stock and stealth, the better. Now, these come with the inbuilt fuse, so I'm just going to go straight to the battery, positive, negative, nice and easy. That's your, that's your positive wire and your constant power and all that kind of stuff straight from the battery. So happy days. And then, so with these, I'm just going to just chuck some terminals on there. Got my crimper and all that kind of stuff just on the bench there. So I'll put some terminals on those, and then I'll just make sure everything's all working, and that's pretty much it. So next step, as I said, put some terminals on these guys, run into positive and negative, and then yeah, check everything inside is working, make sure your wiring and that kind of stuff's hidden away and cable tied down. Then I'll put some conduit on that wire over there just so it doesn't get kinked or anything, and that's it. So next step, let's get inside the car and check out, make sure everything's all working. All right, the moment of truth. Here's where you get to see if all your hard work has finally paid off. Happy days. She's all working. Awesome. Awesome. So that's all ready to rock and roll. Another thing, I haven't actually ran the aerial into the back of it yet, so I've still got to run that wire through the back of the dash here, but I'll leave that, leave that a little bit out of the video, because you probably don't need to see me plug an aerial in the back of it. But she's all working, so pretty happy with that. And as I said, this is going to hook right here, and that's just going to be perfect. It's going to be out of the way. As I said, don't like this idea of things just dangling on your feet. That's just a little bit annoying to me. So yeah, having it up here out of the way gets it out of the way of pretty much everything. So yeah, two-way radio install. How easy is that? Give it a go yourself. I reckon you can't beat giving this kind of stuff a go yourself, especially two-way radios. They're pretty easy to install. Positive, negative to a battery. Most of your good stuff's going to come with an inbuilt fuse, so happy days. And yeah, you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Then you run your wire from your aerial In this case, obviously my aerial is on my mirror, but most cases it's going to be at the front, so you run it through the firewall into the back of the unit, and that's your two-way radio done. So it's super simple, and worth pretty much doing it yourself, because you're saving yourself a fair bit of money, you know, doing it yourself rather than getting a workshop to do it. So yeah, I'm just going to pretty much tidy everything up, put all the panels back together, all that kind of cool stuff, and jump on the two-way and see if there's any people out there that can give me the old test 1 too, to make sure that's all working. But everything else should be working. Aerial is pretty standard. It's going to be pretty much all working, so it should be all good. I might leave it there. Another episode of 4x4 Camping Adventures. Thank you for watching. Was a little bit of a clunky video, this one, because I was dealing with something a little bit out of my depth. First time doing anything like through firewalls and that kind of stuff on the car, so a little bit clunky on that side, but it's all a learning experience with this car, just learning how everything works and where all the holes are on the firewall. I knew where everything was on the Trident. This is a little bit different. But thank you for watching, and hopefully you like the new mod. I reckon it looks awesome. So yeah, leave it there. Please subscribe, please like, all that cool stuff. And if I don't see you on the tracks and trails, might see you in the next video. If I don't see you in the next video, I shall see you later. Bye.